Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Burning Crusade. Today we are going to be trying to run a Zul'Aman Timed. I say trying because I have tried to make this, or a video for this raid for, I don't know, a couple of weeks now. Every attempt has gone very badly. I'm talking wipes on the first boss, group falls apart, I cry, and then that's about it. So hopefully this goes a little better today. Our group composition includes myself, a Fury Warrior. In the melee group, we've got a Druid tank, a Hunter, a Enhancement Shaman, a Paladin tank, and of course myself. The Paladin tank is not ideal with a Druid tank. Well, I shouldn't say that. A Druid tank and a Paladin tank is a fine tank composition. The only issue is with the group composition itself. In our caster group, we have I believe a Resto Shaman. No, a Elemental Shaman, a Resto Druid, a Warlock, a Mage, and a Shadow Priest. So the issue is that we have one too many people for casters and one too few for melee. A warrior tank in the spot of this paladin tank would have been much better for our group composition, because the warrior tank would have fit nicely in with the melee group composition, benefited from the Wind Fury totem and the crit buff from the druid tank. So honestly, I think that our raid leader should have waited around for a warrior tank rather than just accepting this paladin tank. Also, paladin tanks benefit just immensely from being in the caster group. The spell hit buff that they would get from the Wrath of the Air totem from the Elemental Shaman, as well as the numerous benefits from being with a Shadow Priest. Paladins gain mana whenever they are healed by the spells of another player. So that alleviates any issues with the Paladin's mana. Not to mention just the obvious facts that Shadow Priests heal everyone in their group. Yeah. So that, I mean, that's just minor stuff. If you're, I mean, Zul'Aman isn't that hard. It's mainly just tactic-based boss fights. So even if your groups aren't stacked perfectly and flawlessly, I mean, if everyone knows what they're doing, you should have no problem clearing it. So the way the timed run works, if you are unfamiliar, is you start off the instance with 20 minutes on the timer. You have to clear the first 4 bosses within a certain time frame in order to get the rewards of the full timed run. So you kill the first boss and you get 10 minutes added to the timer. You kill the second boss and you get 10 more minutes added to the timer. The third boss, if you kill him, I don't believe you get any minutes added to the timer, and then the fourth boss, if you kill that, then you're done with the timed portion. And then there are 2 additional bosses on top of that that are not part of the timed run. For every boss that you kill within a certain time frame, you get an additional chest of loot, and the 4th and final boss in the timed portion does drop this here, the Amani Warbear, that you can see our Warlock and also our Resto Druid is riding, and our Shadow Priest as well. So already I can tell that at least some of our group is experienced in doing this, and also I have that much of a better chance of getting them out myself, which I do not have. I have cleared this timed before several times, but never have gotten them out. I'm trying to figure out what in the fuck is going on. You're waiting on the guy to port out. Need to buy arrows. Okay. So whatever is happening is just happening, and I'll just wait. Okay. So yeah, we have, all in all, we have 40 minutes to clear the first 4 bosses of this, which we will likely, the general way this is done is that we go, let's see, oh yeah, it's Burning Crusade, so there's no built-in instance maps. First thing we're going to do when we run out of here is we're all going to run down this ramp to the left and head to the first boss, which is Akil'zon. He's the eagle avatar. The best way to do this, of course, is you just have one tank pull a pack of mobs, have a healer stay with them, and the DPS kills them, while the next tank moves up to the next pack of mobs with the other healer, and they pull that so they can get that aggro going, so that the DPS can just go from pack to pack without ever having to stop. It doesn't take more than, it shouldn't take more than 1 to 3 minutes to get to the point where you can pull the first boss. If all goes well, the first boss should be down between 13 and 15 minutes or so. With another 10 minutes added on top of that, you know, you just make up that little extra time here and there so that that third boss doesn't set you back when you don't. Hunter needs Druid crit buff. Yeah, a pally tank is bad for our comp, but whatever. Okay, so then what happened? Did we lose a caster and gain someone else? Oh, what? Actually, this does make sense. Having our Resto Druid in the group with the... Having a Resto Druid in the group with the tanks is actually really good because you get the Tree of Life aura. What are we waiting for? I guess our hunter does not know how to come to a raid prepared to raid. So we will be summoning our hunter before we begin. And Harrison Jones can just keep banging on the gong. Yep, that's my little advice for all of you. Just show up to your raids prepared. Like, you should not be leaving Shatterat City or the city of whatever expansion you're playing on without your gear being prepared, without your buff food, your flasks, your scrolls if you're going to use them, potions if you need them, ammo. If you're a hunter, the correct fucking pet. If you're a hunter, reagents if you need them for buffs. Just get everything so that you don't have to deal with this shit when the raid starts going. Because now you've got a bunch of people that are already tilted and the raid hasn't even started yet. And people always get antsy if they have to stand around and wait for longer than, I don't know, 6 seconds. Mount up. Yes, let me mount up. Let me do that so that when I have to go and bang the gong, I'll go and bang the gong, and this mounting up action right here will be for nothing. I'm just gonna do that. I think people forget that once you activate the dungeon by clicking the gong, that you have about 15 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds, while Harrison Ford, or Harrison Jones, walks his slow ass all the way up to the gate, does a line of dialogue before the gate actually opens. You've got plenty of time, Jesus. If we were all standing in the back next to this fire altar thing when the instance actually officially started, we could all run up to this area and mount up before the gate actually opened. But yes, let me just mount up right here. And I'll click yes on the 6th ready check. Right? 6? Maybe only 4 or 5, but still, lots of ready checks. I like this mount. I like this mount better, but I don't have that mount, so I'll just sit on my ram. Who is AFK? Sec Alendar. Oh, look at that. I managed to get mounted and in position before the gate opened. Oh no. Okay, here we go. Oh, nice.
Sacrifice the prisoners. Make room for our new guests.
Alright, here we go. Now our first pack of mobs that we'll be fighting will be down here. One tank should move on around this corner to the next pack. While we go, but it does not look like that's happening. We have one AFK. Hopefully they're here by the time of boss. By the time of more boss. Okay, and it does look like we have... Okay, our tanks are moving on. That's good. Damage numbers look pretty good, so... hopefully all the group members know their... boss fight, so we can clear this no time. And I always lag out right here in this dungeon. I'm gonna lag once here, big lag spike. I'm gonna come up around this corner, lag spike again, and then I'll be okay. Oh, we got a loose mob that's wiped it. These mobs should have already been pulled by the next tank, by the tanks, so that we could have just started, set ourselves back a few seconds. Which, I mean, no big deal, right? It's just a few seconds, but you know, a few seconds, do that. be the difference between getting that timed and not getting it. Especially if we happen to wipe on one of these bosses. Wipes in time are, like, you can recover if you wipe on a boss. Like, one wipe shouldn't set you back too much as long as you get back in the raid and get the next one within a minute or two. But that's the kind of thing that you just have to be aware of. That you should clear trash as fast as possible. And get pulls going as fast as possible, just in case something bad does happen and you have to make up for that time. Okay, so here we are at Akil'zon. 3 minutes took us to get here. So far, so decent. Okay, so what this boss does is his regular rotation consists of a spell called Static Disruption, which is kind of like Chain Lightning, but it doesn't actually jump from person to person. It shoots at one person, hits them, and then kind of explodes for damage. So you just have to make sure that all of your casters are spread out and your melee is at max range and spread out as much as possible. Now, every once in a while he does do a spell called Lightning Storm, something like that. Electrical Storm, that's what it's called. Which is a massive AoE that affects everyone in the raid, and it's centered around one particular person, and everyone in the raid has to stack on top of that person to avoid taking any damage. So when that comes, the entire raid is going to stack up here on the tank where the boss is, and avoid damage then. As that spell ends, it's important to stack up, or re-spread out again, to avoid any extra damage taken by the immediate static disruption that comes after. So here we are. It looks like we're stacked up just fine. Okay, so our hunter has died, and we used a battle res on it. I don't really agree with that, but you know what, whatever. I am gonna use Recklessness here just because I might have it available for the boss. Use our cooldowns now. Too bad we don't have a heroism or a bloodlust. But yeah, it's looking like this is a kill, so that's always good. Wiping on the first boss, or getting past the first boss is the first real struggle. Which is nice because if you're in a failed group, it doesn't take long to realize it, you know. The first and the third bosses are the hardest part on the portion of this. So now the bloodlust goes first. That was do I even have a shaman in my group? I do. I don't know why bloodlust was used last Okay, now I've got execute up. This is definitely a dead boss. To spread this electrical storm and wipe us with like 5% of the loss. Wouldn't that be terrible? As you can see there, we all took massive damage from that static disruption. Brooch of Nature's Mercy. I'm going to pass on that because disenchanters should never greed. Greed should be off-spec and off-spec only. And I am not a ninja. Okay, so that was a pretty clean first boss kill. Now we are moving back down and across the way to move on to the bear boss, which is Nalorakk. Very easy boss. It's really tank and healer. Tank and healer dependent. Shamey, why are you green?
Get the
Expect
move on,
haste
gods.
for a
Let me
haste set,
kill it
of
time.
course. Come on now. Read us off spectral. Don't you know that? Alright. On to the next set of trash. Should probably focus the skull. The anti-raider and everything. Go, come on, let's move, move, move. Our druid healer should not be the first in front of the pack. Paladin, go. Go, man, come on, let's go. Go, go, go. Gotta move a little faster on trash.
Gods, go already.
Please go.
Who you be more afraid of?
Our druid should be the one going in and pulling it so that he can take a little bit of this damage before that paladin takes AoE. My DPS on Akil'zon. Not good. For some reason, my DPS is always bad on Akil'zon. I don't know why.
Right now. Right out there. And bring me back some heads. seeing as though we've got a paladin and a druid tank, but I guess when you remember it like I did that time, it's kind of inevitable. Go, come on, break it. Apparently no one knows to kill the totem to get that bubble off of him. Okay, here we are at Nalorakk, the second boss with 18 minutes on the clock. That's a decent time. We made up 1 minute from our previous pull time. So that's good news. Looks like the
third boss will make or break us.
Soon enough.
That is not good. Yeah, this boss, the aggro is a little bit testy, so okay. Careful. Since I am a scrub and still do not have my red meter. I really need to be careful, especially during these form switches that he has. Cool, should he switch back when he goes back into control form? Maybe I'll get a bloodlust this time. Oh, actually it looks like it added 15 minutes for that second boss kill. And yes, my damage was again low on that boss, but I mean, you saw me saw me having to hold off for several seconds at a time to watch my thread. So I'm going to renew that as soon as I can. Probably well, that's fucking sitting around again, waiting to pull it again. Boom! Check out that ranged crit. It's very important to hug this right wall so you don't pull any of these extra things that you do.
intruders! Sound the alarm!
And always make sure when you're doing this that the scout dies first, because otherwise you'll lose reinforcements. Oh, come on, Druid. No, don't go over that way. Let's just... Then you carefully cut across this patch without pulling the right or the left. Stay off this mount, stay to the right of it.
Sound the alarm!
Somebody just died. So I'm gonna watch grabbing those down to healer, obviously. Although we do have a shaman. Just guaranteed to get just by looking at the tanks. Probably smart thing to do, obviously, when a member dies. When a member dies and you're pulling trash, is just have them run back so you don't have to stop clearing. You can just be a little more careful so that you don't lose any more people due to the fact that you're down a healer. If, of course, your healer happens to be the one that dies. But yeah, it's much faster to have the member run in. Oh, now they want to summon him, which takes even longer. Jesus Christ. Now's a good time to renew my buffs, since we're just gonna stand around. Okay, here we are. Our trash is done, and we are at the third boss, alai. For this boss, the only DPS you want on the actual boss is the Shadow Priest, because Shadow Priests can't do any AoE damage, and it is a waste for them to try to kill ads. What's going to happen is a few seconds into the fight, alai will summon 2 egg hatchers that will go and hatch these eggs on the side of the boss that spawn these dragonkin. So what you do is you kill one of the hatchers, and then let the other hatcher live so that he spawns all these eggs, or summons all these eggs. Also, the boss will occasionally shoot out these balls of fire that explode and do massive damage to anyone hit by them. The range is a little funky. It's not a big range.
so you don't have to like be all the way across the room from one to avoid getting hit by it instead. There is quite a bit going on in this boss. I always hate that hunter trap because you can't see the animations of the fire, or the fireballs that come out of it. Okay, that actually went pretty well. Now the Hatcher's going to move over to the other side of the platform and starts hatching these eggs. When he's done with this, then we all focus on the boss and burn him down. This is actually going pretty well so far. This may just be a successful time to run. Knock on wood. Try not to get burned by these fire eggs. Just a side note, having a mage and a hunter for this boss, while not absolutely necessary, is ideal. And if you do not have a mage or a hunter, then you absolutely need a paladin tank. Paladin tanks are by far the best tanks for tanking these birds, but a druid can do it. But I would absolutely not recommend doing it. The druid taking it without a now we'll just burn the boss down, meanwhile avoiding the fireballs. Not enough rage. My rotation. Execute. Okay, here we go. We have 20 minutes to kill the last boss, which is kind of like the second boss. Fairly easy to kill. Nothing too complex about the trash getting there. So unless something goes horribly wrong, this is looking to be a good clear. All mount up. Oops. Why we're going this Man, come on, dude. Just regen on the way. Swim. Dude, what the fuck are you doing? Come on, man. Oh, well, I guess he's following this guy, but we should be swimming across so we don't have to kill all these fucking alligators. Okay, the amount of time spent standing around and waiting is just kind of ridiculous. 11 these next ones too, that's great. I give this guy a couple seconds to get my rampage stacks up. Okay, here we are at the final boss of the time portion, Halazzi, with 14 minutes to spare. How about that? That's fantastic. This is pretty much a guaranteed bear drop. Let's hope. Cross your fingers. Pray to the loot gods. Nothing too special about this boss. The hunter just has to tranquilizing shot him whenever he does his little enrage thing. But considering our hunter, showing up to the raid with wrong pad and not enough ammo, I don't. Since our shaman is just not bloodlusting. Free to do that. So basically how this works is the boss is technically individual beings. Halazzi, this troll, is spirit of the lakes. What he does is occasionally he splits those into two so that you can actually see them in play. And he gains his own health bar that you have to bring to zero. And that increases the damage to this overall health bar, which actually raise this one. So there you go, the spirit spawned. So he gains a new health bar. Process of their little clever switch decided to turn the boss to face me and get me one-shotted by the boss's team. How lovely. Oh my god. Was that a bloodlust? Of course it was in the caster group. We still have issues with this here on the rest of the Oh my god, that was just a bloodlust in the melee group. He finally found his bloodlust. There we go. The timed run is complete. Good job, guys. So as you can see, that's really not a complicated feat to achieve. All you have to do is have a group of people that know the boss tactics and know how to not die to them, because they are really simple and not complicated bosses to kill. And I mean, you saw all of the standing around and inefficiency with the trash pull. It doesn't have to be perfect, as long as you get good boss attempts and everyone knows the tactics. Oh, look at that fucking terrible, pathetic roll. 7. Oh, how sad. warlock that was only here for the mount. I don't know why he would leave. I mean, the last two bosses aren't hard. I mean, they're definitely harder than the first four. But I mean, it's what, an extra 10-15 minutes of work? Whatever. Looks like somebody pulled some trash. Luckily, I do still need the trinket from the final boss. It's certainly not a best in slot trinket or a trinket that's necessary for me to have, but it is an upgrade to this terrible Bloodlust Brooch, which is the cheap badge trinket. So of course I'm willing to stick around. I don't think I've gotten a Wind Fury totem this whole time. Unless he's using... Dude, why? Why? What the fuck are you? No fucking wonder. I can hear my phone in the other rooms getting blown up. It's probably my dick boss trying to tell me to come in on my day off.
I don't think there's anything I need from these. I should hope not. No, my rings are excellent. Yeah. All I need is the Berserker's Call. I already have Jinrock the Great Apocalypse for my arms spec. What? What's going on? Yes, the Druid tank should be on the boss with the Paladin tank. Yes, absolutely. This coming from the shaman who can't find Bloodlust button and uses Wrath of Air in melee group. For fuck's sake, will someone just fix this? Okay, basically for Hex Lord Malacrass, which is the 5th boss in Zul'Aman, you want to crowd control all of these ads. It's pretty simple. None of them are immune. You can polymorph the humanoid, I believe. I want to say, I can't remember what you can do to him. I think you can, a druid can hibernate him. Warlocks can obviously banish demons and elementals, and a priest can shackle the undead. So you do have the choice to kill the ads one by one and let the crowd control wear off, and kill them as they spawn, or you can keep them crowd controlled throughout the whole fight and just focus the boss. I personally would recommend crowd controlling them all and then killing them one by one before you go to the boss, because just the way the boss is, it can make it hard to renew the crowd control. I've tried this on my Warlock before, trying to re-banish over and over again, because the boss's main ability, or one of his main abilities, does AoE damage to the whole raid, which can interrupt spell casting, giving like a 5 to 6 second window where you literally can't cast hardly anything. Having a mob loose in a raid for that amount of time is not good. Not to mention the
2-second cast time or so for Banish, or Shackle, or Enslave, or whatever. So yes, absolutely, I would recommend crowd controlling all of these, then killing them one by one, then focusing on the boss.
The shadow fall on
We don't have a Warlock, so obviously his skull will be the first to die. I'm not going to aim one. If I do, I'll break the crowd control so around me, and I don't get that. This is it, Spirit Bolts. If you get hit by this and you're not a Warlock with Nether Protection, this will interrupt your spell casting. Can we go? Yeah, these. The longer you take to get this boss, the more powerful it becomes, and the harder it becomes to kill. Tried for so fucking long to get this on my hunter. I mean, I have tier 6 now, so it's not a big deal. Of course, that always happens. I have very bad luck with loot drops. Okay, now moving on to the final boss, Zul'jin. There is no trash before Zul'jin. Zul'jin is basically accumulation of all 4 of the first bosses, the animal avatars. So what he'll do first is he takes on the aspect of the which one is it? Bear, I believe. Yes. The bear, in that he does in that form he does an ability that causes all, it's a mass sleep effect, a poison effect, I think, that it ticks down on a player and then at the end it paralyzes them for 2 to 3 seconds or so. Having a priest with mass dispel is the only way to really effectively deal with that. So we do have a Shadow Priest here, but I'm not 100% sure that it's an ability that Shadow Priest can use. I think it is. priests are not one of my areas of expertise. He does do a soft aggro reset after each form switch, so it's important to stop all DPS when he's about to switch forms. After the bear form, he will go to the this eagle form. You really have to be careful on that one. It's hard to get DPS in. There are these lightning tornadoes that some of them will follow players around, some of them will just go at random. If they hit you, they do damage and nasty things. It's kind of confusing how it all works, but the point is you have to run away from the lightning and stay away from people that have the debuff. The fourth phase is the cat form, which he will pick a random member to focus on and then do this like weird scratch and claw thing on them. If you stack up on them, I think that diminishes the damage that it does to each individual or to the targeted raid member. So one trick that you can use is you have your hunters spawn snake traps so that there are more health bars for him to hit, more targets to divide up the damage against. And then the final form is the Dragon Hawk avatar, which he basically sits in the middle and does AoE damage and like flame strikes areas. Pretty easy. This boss actually is pretty simple as long as your DPS are smart and stopping DPS to wait for the tank to get aggro in between the phase shifts. Then it should be a pretty easy kill. Considering how well our group has done through the rest of this dungeon, I think we should one-shot this no problem. But I've been wrong before. Oh look, we got Grace of Air. How about that? What's he going to OT as a ZJ? I briefly forgot how to read. He's just gonna be there to be there. Come on now, don't question things.
If nobody always
Wait to get the tank to get some aggro and then not get hit by the whirlwind. Just come in, get some auto attacks, and get my rampage up. Get hit by the whirlwind. Oh yeah, Grievous Throw. I'm pretty sure that's an ability that reduces the judge's target going more this way. Like aimed shot from strike the warrior. Pretty sure that's what it is.
like me brother bear.
Creeping paralysis. Okay, there it is. Okay, so yeah, our priest is mass dispelling. Very good. It is important for that phase just to make sure that your breaker will stack so that the priest can mass dispel that much easier. I'll be saving my red business in my... Well, I guess I can use that. I'm at pretty soon. Yep, like I said. Okay, but here we are. You do not have to worry about tanking him in this phase. He is untankable. No. Like I said, it's hard to get damage in on this boss. You kind of just have to run around and hit him when you can. Get away from me. To tell you the truth, I really don't know, like, how this phase really works. I know that you don't want to get hit by these things, but I don't know. See, it looks like this one is following me. So clearly they do follow random people. But some of them seem to just run at random and they switch targets. Okay, thank God. I hate that phase. Wiped at this stage of the boss, that would be very, very, very sad. Luckily, it's just me and a couple other DPS dying.
Lot more gonna fall like you.
So here is the fire that comes down. It's just a real small area. It spawns in. Oh, come on, 29,000. Got a healer. No.
Lot more gonna fall like you.
You've got to be fucking joking me.
Lot more gonna fall like you.
I have no words to describe that horrible, horrible, horrible failure. Is this gonna be it? I guess we'll see. I think instead of just fast forwarding through all the wipes that I've been through, I'm just gonna edit them out. But for some perspective on how many there have been, just pay attention to my face. I think at the first attempt I was at like 45 or 50 minutes left. Yeah. So I think by now we've replaced at least half of the room. If not more. We ended up losing our priest, which caused a couple of wipes due to the fact that we didn't have a mass dispel for the second phase. Couple wipes because people didn't know to stop DPS at the phase change. So I mean, our first attempt, my first attempt, our first attempt we got this guy pretty low. I think the only reason we died that time is because we had to take away that melee. Priest there missed a dispel, but it's okay because this phase is over. This phase. It's so annoying.
motherfucking time. We did such a great job on the timed portion. Quite like 5 or 6 times. Zul'jin is just absolutely pathetic. And I waited around this whole fucking time, and my trinket did not drop. What a fantastic end to this terrible fucking run. Well, thank you all for watching. I hope you're having a great day. I'm not now. I was. But the good news is I don't have to go to work tonight, and I get to get off of this game and have a cigarette, and then I'll probably be fine after that. Alright, I will see you all next time.